Hey folks, yeah, so it's kind of been up and down, what, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Um, yeah, I got into some poison oak. I don't know if many of you recall from the last video I talked about doing physical labor. Well, it was mostly clearing an overgrown area beside the store location. And yeah, I clearly got into a lot of poison oak or poison ivy. I had to go to the emergency twice. My face swelled shut. My arms are completely covered in sores, and so are my legs. And we also got 60 days notice from our landlord that they're selling the house. So that's something else too. But good things come to those who, I don't know, need them. And the lady that had that I scored some really great 1980s toys from at her garage sale called me back again. Last week she told me that she thinks it was all gone and there wasn't anything else. And she said, but she kept my number, and if anything pops up, she'd give me a shout. Well, literally the day I got out of the emergency for the poison oak, message popped up on my phone, and it had a picture with a bunch of stuff asking if I was interested. And so yeah, it was. It's not huge amounts of stuff, but cool things. And again, the kind of things you don't find that often anymore at garage sales. So I also hit a few more garage sales, although there's only a handful now going on. The season is winding down, as they say. So as you can see, it was a lot of smalls and a lot of cool 1980s toys. Again, here's just a little bag full of parts and missiles for some of this stuff. There were lots of He-Man weapons, some Ghostbuster stuff. Right there, there's one of the packs. I actually have the pack for Egon that came in a previous lot. There's another He-Man piece there. Some of these mini combiner transformers there. I don't know if that's a GoBot or a transformer. I'm gonna look that up. There's another one there. Those were the McDonald's transformers. Not really sure what that is. Some of this stuff I hadn't had a chance really to go through. These are kind of cool. And here's some more transformers there. These are kind of cool right there. Actually, look, there you go. You can see. Gross. My hand. This was like a mini set that you bought. It had a belt, a shield. You got the two swords, and well, the one sword and Skeletor's staff. She had the Skeletor staff and the He-Man sword. Sword's got a crack in it, but not the end of the world. I've actually had the belt before, never had the shield, so it was kind of cool to get this. This is a Stomper. It is, I believe these were water ones. You could actually put them, they would skim across water, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's definitely a Stomper, which is kind of cool. More Transformers. Probably the best Transformer is either going to be this Megatron, which unfortunately I had parts for in the last lot, which I traded to somebody else. But still, just the Megatron gun alone is worth it. There was a He-Man carrying case that had 3 He-Man, and only the Thunder Punch, see right there, is complete. The other guys are missing arms, but they are Taiwan soft heads. And the lady did say she thought she had the arms, and she would give me a call if she came across them. So that might happen, you never know. And then lots of parts, a full set of sword, shield, and axe, and the, I don't know, harness, plus a few extras, bunch of extra He-Man parts in there. A Voltron sword to go with the Voltron. I have the missing lion that came in a previous lot. So I've got a full one there. There's another Ghostbusters. These guys are kind of cool because when you bend them over, wait, see if it's hard to do this stuff with one hand. There you go. His back pops out. I think he's called Tombstone Tackle, but I could have that wrong. More Transformers, probably a He-Man part. I don't know. There's an Optimus Prime, rubber wheels. The cart's inside, but it's missing wheels. He's missing a few wheels on there too on the front, but I actually have spares kicking around, so that works out okay. Yeah, and just a bunch of stuff like that. Some of the other cool additions to that lot were just a stack of Nintendo Power magazines. Now, they're not worth a whole lot of money, but they're just kind of a cool add-on, you know, from the period when these games were coming out. I think these are all like 1990s, maybe some, yeah, pretty much maybe some 80s, late 80s, but into the 1990s. Cool covers, great titles. They all, from what I can see, most of them have their fold-out posters, which is kind of key. These usually came, I think they all came with a fold-out poster. A lot of times those go missing, and when they're not there, I mean, you can't really even sell them. So these, you know, again, not a lot of money, lotted up around maybe a couple of bucks a piece. There were some other cool things on here, like manuals. Where are they? Oh yeah, Book of Micro Machines, which has all the micro machines in it. It's kind of neat. Some sort of player's guides and cheat guides for Nintendo games back in the day. There was a Nintendo there it is, the Nintendo comic book comic system. That's the 4th issue. I think that was it. Oh no, yeah, sorry. Bunch of Game Boy manuals. For all the different games. Sadly, no Game Boy or games, but at least the manuals are there. And often with a lot of people, they'll pick those up because you find the games without the manuals all the time. So, you know, people are always looking for those. A couple of fun books, E.T. May's book, She-Ra, Robot Changer, and I thought I had a couple of He-Man in there too, but they might not have made it out here. And oh yeah, so the Constructs, which box, which is kind of handy to have because last time I picked up a lot of the Constructs that were loose. And for those of you who aren't familiar, it's sort of like a Meccano Lego type thing done by Fisher-Price that were motorized, and you got a little motor on there and you could build it out to do all this stuff. The insert is in there, which is super nice to have. And I've got tons and tons of parts from the last pickup. Some more stuff for those Hot Wheels sets that I got last time that were found, which is kind of nice to have. And then I think the last thing I got from that sale was this, which is just this really cool Bakelite early RCA 45 turntable. Haven't plugged it in yet. Even if it doesn't work, it just looks really cool. It's a great display piece. And it actually came with the, which I forgot to bring out, the actual shipping box with it too, which is kind of cool because it gives you lots of interesting information on there. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. But then I hit some more garage sales and I managed to get a couple of things kind of nice. This nice set of sort of space age, probably late 70s, early 1980s chrome tri-lights. They've got the nice glass globes. They are tri-lights, so you turn it on, one goes on, you turn it on, two goes on, and you turn it one more time, and all three go on. Need a little bit of cleaning, but the chrome is actually in really, really nice shape. So those are a really good pickup. Usually I sell them around, you know, between the $200 and $300 mark for the pair. Maybe a bit lower, it depends. I don't know where the market's at right now for that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of nice. And then I got this vintage. I asked if they had any concert shirts, and the guy said, I'll be back in a minute. And he brought this out, which is like a legit 1970s wall flag for Led Zeppelin. And it's awesome, but it does reek of cigarettes. So you know it's legit. I'll probably have to soak that. Hopefully it doesn't damage the thing on it, the graphics on there, but I'll just soak that for a while in some laundry soap and stuff, and hopefully that'll get rid of most of it. But if not, you know, there are people who still want it, and if you get the smell out, for the most part, they won't care that much about it. And then a couple of sealed sports cards boxes. Nothing huge. I mean, these aren't big money or anything, but I usually pick them up when they're sealed and they're cheap enough. It's the classic basketball draft set from '93. The 81 to 91 Topps rookie set, which I'm not familiar with that set, but I'm assuming it's all the best rookies from 81 to 91. Probably not worth a huge amount of money. Same with this one. It's kind of cool. It's the NBA Upper Deck 91-92 factory set. It's the inaugural edition, so I think it's it was their first foray into the basketball world. I'll have to look to see if there were any rookies in that year, but obviously you're going to end up with a Jordan and a few other guys in there. So yeah, I think I paid maybe $15 for all three of those. So, you know, when they're that low, it's still worth picking up. I know that everybody thinks that sports cards right now are all worth huge sums of money, because some of the biggest ones, obviously the PSA graded 10 stuff, are going for stupid sums of money at the moment. And there are some, years ago I wouldn't have picked up anything from the 90s, but that changed, it seems, over the pandemic, and people got back into their collecting sports cards. So the 90s have picked up a lot. The 80s stuff is gold, especially for basketball. Obviously, you're looking for all the big rookies like Jordan and Pippen and guys like that. So always keep your eye open for that sort of thing. And I think, yeah, that is it. Oh, no, one more thing. I got this, which is kind of cool, too. It's Koss's version of essentially a Walkman. They called it the Sound Partner. Came with a little bag with it, too. But what's really neat about it, let's see if I can get this open, is that this thing, it's essentially a tuner, a radio tuner, shaped like a cassette that you put inside. And when you turn it on, you can use it as radio. And then it acts as, obviously, just a normal cassette that'll play cassettes, but you slide that in there and you've got the radio. Kind of awkward. I mean, considering that this must have been early, because obviously they all started out as radios, then eventually they became cassette players. And I think probably Sony were the first ones to do radio and cassette together in one. So it probably made this obsolete at that point, because it's a little awkward if you want to, you know, you got to carry that thing around with you and take it out when you want to put your tapes in to play it. But still kind of cool, neat little piece of, I guess, Walkman history there. So yeah, that is it. Quick little video. Good lot. Like I said, the kind of lot that if I'd found on any day of the week, I would have been ecstatic to come across. Because this stuff is getting harder and harder to find, especially at garage sales. But in general, a lot of it is in collections already, and there's so many more people out there looking for this kind of stuff that it is getting harder and harder to find. You know, 1980s and even early 1990s toys. You know, things like the Jurassic Parks and the Mighty Maxes and things like that are getting tougher to find. But yeah, I'm babbling because I'm whacked out on Benadryl right now to stop the burning itch on my arms and legs and various parts of my body. I'll leave you with that vision for you to contemplate for the rest of the week. Might be a bit of a delay because, as I said, we are getting ready for a move now. So, and garage sale season is winding down. But that means show season is picking up. So there'll be lots of collectible shows to hit. And if I find anything interesting along the way, I will, you know, pop up on a video. If you guys could like and subscribe, that would be great. You don't have to. It's no big whoop. And I hope you guys are able to find some awesome stuff this week. If you have any comments or questions or anything, just leave them in there and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. Hope you all have a good week. Bye.